Hello, you're watching Smart Money with me, Alishia Seckam. Welcome to it. Well, what a way for founder and CEO of fleet management and telematics multinational Karooooo, Zak Calisto, to kick the year off, gearing up to be South Africa's newest dollar billionaire. This is, of course, with his close to 65% direct holdings in Karooooo, which itself carries a market cap of $1.47 billion. Zak, thanks so much for joining us today. So, when it initially started off as Cartrack back in 2001, is this what you ultimately envisaged? A company with global growth and a man of fortune?
Um, Hi, Alicia. The first thing I must say, I don't perceive myself a man of fortune. And when people talk about these numbers, it's really just, it's on paper. In reality, I've still got to watch my salary to be able to afford things like anybody else. So it really is nothing more than just paper. I think importantly, when I started off and today, I don't think much has changed. It really is about just being agile, looking at what our customers need, trying to forward think what they will be needing and our best to serve the customers. And quite frankly, I live the day and we build the business to improve on every single day. I didn't sit 20 years ago thinking what the business would be like in 20 years' time. It's actually impossible to do. And I think if you have too much of dreams, you end up with nothing. So it's all about doing your best every day, improving on what you have. And that's really the way to build things, I think.
And flash forward to today, this is now a company enjoying exponential growth. If your recent third quarter numbers are anything to go by, operating in 24 countries, give us a better sense, Zach, of what's driving the strong growth, the market that you're catering to and some of the dynamics at play, and how discerning you've actually got to be between the various territories you operate in.
I think we're very fortunate. Our platform allows us to operate in many geographies because all businesses actually need the same solution. You do need to localize some of your business aspects to different cultures and different regulations in the countries, but fundamentally, it's the same business in each country we operate in. So what drives the growth? It's just we provide a very essential service to businesses. In good times, the businesses need us. In bad times, they also need us because we both not only improve the business, but we also save costs. We drive efficiencies. So we do provide, I believe, a service that is good for good times and bad times. And we've been able to weather different economic environments in different countries, with positive results.
That said, Zach, I mean, how much of the growth you are seeing contingent on continued expansion into new territories versus organic growth?
So first of all, and Alicia, all our growth is actually organic. And fundamentally, it's in our biggest market is South Africa, but we still enjoying huge growth, huge demand. And we've just moved into our new building, and we can already see our South African business is starting to improve already. And certainly, I believe in South Africa, we've got a lot of growth opportunity, both in customer acquisition and in expanding within our customers. And abroad, the same. We see the same. Obviously, we're coming off lower numbers, but that's got good momentum, and we obviously growing outside South Africa faster than in South Africa. But fundamentally, it's all organic growth.
Talk us through some of the levers at your disposal, Zach, that you're pulling for this expansion and growth.
And for us to grow, it really is about building our distribution while we continue to add and improve on our platform. But it really is just building the ability to distribute. And that is obviously a lot of human resource, getting salespeople, getting technicians on board. And we're very much focused on that.
Okay. Strong demand from customers needing to be competitive and digitalize their operations. You alluded to it, is going to be a tailwind for a while yet. What kind of investment, Zach, are you making in AI products and your platform to actually leverage that?
Um, Alicia, the word AI is a very generic word and being used very loosely. So our first AI cameras, we deployed them approximately 8 years ago. We just used to call that machine learning and algorithms. Today they call it AI. So it really is we've been doing it for a long time, and it really is the capability of uh, algorithms, data, and the speed of computers. And clearly, the more data we have, the given the speed of computers, that's been improving, and the algorithms, that obviously we're getting better at what we do. But I think further than that, there's also a lot of open source coming onto the market, which obviously speeds up our time to market. So I think over time, the game will just get faster and faster.
So, bottom line, where do you see Karooooo's biggest growth coming from in 2025?
I think a lot of growth is going to come from Europe. We're starting to see that region really starting to grow fast. From Southeast Asia, that's also growing nicely. And South Africa, I believe South Africa is also starting to really, I'm very upbeat about the economic environment in South Africa. So, quite frankly, I think from all the regions we operate in, I'm seeing strong growth I believe, for the next few years.
Yeah. So beyond this year, then, I mean, what is your long-term strategy for the company, Zach? Where do you want to see Karoo in, let's call it 10 years from now?
Well, 10 years from now, fundamentally, if we grow at 19% year on year, in in basically 4 years, we'll be 8 times fold. So we could easily be a company substantially bigger in 10 years' time. One would need to compound 19% growth year on year for 10 years to get an idea of the company size. But I think in 10 years' time, our platform will be looking very different to what it is today, just the same way as it looks very different to what it looked like 10 years ago. And obviously, our distribution capabilities would have grown substantially over the next 10 years. But I mean, that in 10 years, it puts me at 70 years old. So hopefully, my successors will be working harder at and doing a better job than I've been doing.
Look, investors seem to be convinced that this is a sustainable growth story. Your share price, Zach, up 77% over the last year. You're saying that the growth that they've gotten used to will be, like I say, sustained. So, looking forward to what the next 10 years looks like for you and the company. But when you aren't driving that strategy, on a more personal note, what keeps you busy?
Um, Look, I enjoy cooking. I enjoy walking the bush. I enjoy the sea. I enjoy gardens. So I think, I enjoy what most people actually enjoy doing. Nothing different to anyone else.
Well, let's leave it there. Zach, thanks so much for having joined us today. Zak Calisto is, of course, CEO of Karoo.
Thank you, Alicia.